Welcome back to another video. It's Thursday, so that means it's tutorial time. Real quick, we have a new upload schedule. Live streams every Tuesday, tutorials every Thursday, and vlogs every weekend. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this track. Did I catch it? Oh. I just got asked to make a Tridom tutorial. You guys want to see one? Okay. So I was listening around and I came across this song by Dirty Audio and Dioro. And I've been a really big fan of Dioro for a very long time, since his name was Tonic. I really like that style of house music and I like how they made it into trap. So today we're gonna kind of make our own version of that. I did bring up the track on our project just to have it for reference. Let's get right into it. To make this beat, we're gonna be using my hybrid bass sample pack. Shout outs to everybody who's been buying it. I seriously cannot thank you enough. Do want to let you guys know, I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm gonna be doing constant updates to this pack. So if you do decide to buy it, every time I add something new to it, you'll get an email with an updated link with the new stuff in the pack. And that will keep going until I release volume 2, which who knows when it's gonna be, because it took me months to finish this one. So anyway, let's make this beat. Okay, so there's like a little slight thing that happens right before the clap. It's like a sweep. So we're just gonna make our own just by taking part of this clap and fading out the end, bringing it in, reversing it, and just putting it right there. Like that. I fucking wanted to see Dirty Audio in San Diego. He had some free tickets and I didn't win. And yeah, I really wanted to fucking meet this guy. He's awesome. Alright, so now we're gonna add an 808. Of course, we're gonna use an 808 for my pack. So we know that the root note is E, so we're gonna set that to E. Bam. And let's make a melody. But we're gonna process this a little more so that we can get a little bit more, I wanna call it crunch. Alright, so you see how that kept going? We're gonna create an envelope for that. So just turn on the envelope. And yeah, we're gonna make a little delay and attack with some tension so that it doesn't get messed up and blended into the other kick. Alright, so I like this kick, but I also don't. What I'm gonna do is fade it out maybe around here. And then bring it in. And yeah, I kind of want it to be a little shorter, but still have its full like body, I guess. Actually fade it out a little bit more. So I'm kind of actually matching the kick that I can see on the other waveform there. So whenever I feel like my kicks are missing a little punch, I like to grab a hi-hat or any sort of hat and kind of just put it there very, very faintly there. Like the sharpest one that I can find. Pitch it up maybe. So it just kind of fills that high end of the kick and giving it more, I don't know what you would call it, but it helps. So let me put that across the whole shit. So it definitely helps it. What I'm gonna do is put the pogo up so it's even higher. All right, that sounds pretty good. Now let's process this kick a little more so that we can get that. It's like a fucking, it's like a rumble, but it's not. It's like a type shit. I don't know how to describe that sound. If anybody knows what the fucking word I'm looking for, leave it in the comments. Anyway, so definitely gonna achieve that with some distortion. We're gonna use the basic distortion from FL Studio. So you know what? I think the default was what I'm looking for. That little brr, right? Okay, that's definitely what I'm looking for. Now we're gonna grab this EQ, kind of boost up the low end. Now, I'm not exactly 100% sure about this, but I did hear Getter mention something about losing some of your bass when you distort it too much. So that's why I kind of raise it up again whenever I distort it. We're gonna keep it like that for now. I like it. Now, what we did earlier with the bass here, with the envelope, could be on point, okay? It could definitely be on point, but it could also not be. Just to be 100% sure, we are actually gonna do it with the Fruity Balance. And then we're gonna put this here and then create an automation clip. This is basically just the volume control. So that kind of clears the way for the kicks. For my new producers out there is a lot of frequencies in every sound. And when you're making a song, you don't want too many of the same frequencies because they will fight each other. Think of it as a fucking plate, okay? A plate of food. If you put too much fucking rice, it might start fucking falling off. It won't even fit in the plate, first of all, and it would just not be good because how are you gonna eat 10 cups of rice with one slice of chicken? You know what I mean? Like, you need an even amount of everything. And yeah, that was my fucking way of explaining that. So yeah, make space. And in this case, we're making space for our kick by removing the bass frequencies from the 808. Now it's the fun part, which is the synths. So we're gonna do this with Serum. We're gonna make this from scratch. I feel like it's a simple synth. And for some reason, I get the feeling that we can achieve that with one oscillator using SYNTHS kick. This waveform just has that sound. And before we actually get into the sound design, let me create a melody. One of the main reasons why I wanted to do this tutorial is I was really into house music when I barely started making music. And Tonic, now known as Dioro, made something called, I think like Dutch House, I think that's what it was called at the time. And had this really interesting pattern. Well, not interesting, but it was a pattern that took me a while to like really get down because I didn't know much about music. So it actually is very simple. So the way it works, you would have a note that was semi-large next to a very short note. See that little dun-dun, like that you hear in Dutch House, and they would switch it up too. So instead of having a long one first, and then would have a short one first, and then the long one, and they would just. So that was the really cool pattern that was in Dutch House and is still used for today. If you guys did not know that, there you go. If you want to make Dutch House, that's basically the pattern. Honestly, I don't really think there's much sound design in this track. We're gonna do slide notes. To do that, we're gonna put mono, not legato, and then turn up the portamento. Oh shit, make sure you put always. Alright, so we'll add another filter just to make it a little bit more complex and not just a fucking, you know. So let's just. And let's add a phaser into it as well. So I get that vocally sound. Fuck it. OTT that bitch. Alright, let's hear it with the bass. Fuck it. That sounds pretty cool. Let's sidechain it. Before we sidechain though, let's put some fucking reverb. And I'm not sure, actually, it probably is happening. There is probably some reverb automation in the track. I just don't remember, and I don't feel like checking. But we are gonna do some reverb automation. So basically, I'm putting on a reverb, leaving it at the basic, settings, and we're gonna automate this wet knob. I kind of got too ahead of myself, so I should have sidechained before that. So let me just create that automation clip really quick, because I'm already here. And now we're gonna make the sidechain channel. What the fuck did I just do? Insert one. We could use the same 808 sidechain automation that we did earlier, but I'm just gonna make a separate one. And I just like putting this all the way up. And then that does make it louder, so I make sure to turn down my fader here. And put it on every kick. We're actually gonna put some reverb from the actual synthesizer itself. So let's just add some reverb here. what happens if we added some of this. So there's this little click in the beginning of the sound. And let's kind of get rid of that by just turning up the attack a little bit. There's like, it's a little bit too sharp for what I was going for. So I'm just gonna, actually it's just a lot higher. I don't know why the fuck I'm so low. Let's try to band plus this thing. Let's mirror it actually. Let's put a little envelope type deal on here. Let's put that here. Fuck. I think it needs to be a little bit more vocally. We're gonna definitely do that with the phaser. And I think the Parlamento is just a little bit too high. Let's put this on here. This melody is also fucking ass, so let's make a better one. You know what it is too? I think there's definitely some pitch automation on that track, and that's probably why I'm not getting that same energy. So let's put this up and down 12 semitones and create an automation clip for the main global pitch bend, and we're just gonna put it right here. Now we are going to just you know what, I think maybe when I took off that attack, I lost some energies. Better. Yeah, there we go. That was it. Alright, on that don't, we're gonna put actually we're gonna put it all the way down because I don't want it to go like that, and then bring up the reverb. Let's bring this up a little bit like that. I think this whole thing just sounds good with a lot of reverb. I think that's just what it's missing. I want to get it a little bit raspier. You know what could work? Let's just add some sausage fattener. And I just realized it's not fucking sidechaining, so that makes a lot of sense. Every single time, guys, every single time on tutorials, I forget to sidechain. I never forget on my tracks. So there's this little, you hear that? A little pew, right? And I actually happen to have made one exactly like that for my pack. So we can use that here. Mine's just a lot fatter than that one. We need some sort of, I want to say like it's some sort of Reese type thing. So let's just take the sound that we've already made and just fuck with it a lot. See, that already sounds cool. Let's just put some diode on it. And let's just put it on, dude. Fuck it. Let's make sure that we don't have any low end frequency fucking with us right now, because there might be. There's this like reverb that's coming in from the thing, but it actually sounds kind of cool. You know what I think this needs? Some fucking delay. Well, the delay effect, not actual delay. So we're gonna use our handy dandy effector here and put it, we'll turn off bypass and put it with the delay setting with the high tempo. And then this fucking thing right here, let's just put it on its own channel and make sure it's sidechain. Because I don't think we have anything but just a reverb. Yeah, I want to do that. If anything, this one can use like, we can use a phaser. It's gonna be different every time, but fuck it. Okay, so I want that, but just not that much. good enough. It's not exactly like the track that we're trying to redo, which I knew that we weren't gonna do, but still sounds cool. Let's actually take out this bass here and try to just use the bass from that to fill it up. So let's grab a sausage fattener. We're gonna remove the reverb from this, and I'm gonna raise this a lot higher. Let's put it on here. Let's clone this, and then put another note down here. This one is gonna be kind of like our drop note, except it's not gonna have any low end. Yeah, like that, but lower. Let's turn down the portamento a lot because I think it's too high. We need some noise. All right, so we're gonna get this simple white noise here from my pack. And what we're gonna do with this noise, we're gonna actually like gate it in a way like that. I don't wanna mess with that volume. You can also use the level adjustment. Okay, so we're gonna take it out for that first drop. And then we're gonna put it when the bass hits. All right, that sounds kind of cool. I actually want to put this lower. Might sound better, or it might sound worse, but I like that better. Now let's fuck with this fucking melody because I feel like it could be better. We're gonna do a lot of pitch automation on this thing. Let me copy and paste the 50 value so that we can always just come back to the original note. Okay, for this last one, actually, we're not gonna do the same wub wub. Let's do something different. And this is a D, and our song is on D sharp, so we can just raise that up 100. What if I put it here? Maybe like it creates some tension. Fuck it. Wow, that sounds really good. Okay, let me make this unique and actually lower it down and this one to go down, and also put it on this side. I want to say that's pretty fucking nice. I also noticed that there's these chants in there. They're very faint, but they're there. All right, for this second part of the drop, let's lower it down an octave because I really liked how it sounded on a lower octave, like the synth that we made. You know, this kind of sounds like Rickyxsan a little bit too. If I were to raise up the effector delay or maybe mess with the tempo with some automation, I would be able to get that Rickyxsan style. So I might even put that in the title so that I can get more views. I'm probably putting that on the title. I want to say I'm pretty happy with this. So we're going to end the video with this shit. Let's just make it really loud. Like always, our ignorant loudness settings, which is saturation minus 1 decibel. This is a huge tip, guys, because to be honest, I have the hardest time making shit loud because I still probably don't do it right, but this is just the fastest, easiest way to do it. So saturation, -1, ceiling all the way up in your gain as much as you want. Just don't get too crazy, because then it could get a little bit too distorted and it sounds like ass. So that would be it. Let's see. So I got some sleep and I realized I wasn't really happy with the drop. I feel like it could be better. So let's make it better. We're gonna start off by actually using the low octave one first. We're gonna change this melody a little bit. We're gonna make it a little longer, more consistent. You know what I think it is? I think that there's maybe an OTT after the reverb that's making the reverb fucking really loud. Could be wrong, but I also could be right. So let's give it a shout. Let's be right, please. Just down a little bit. Let's mess a little bit more with the sound design by adding another oscillator. I said that we were only gonna use one, but let's just see what happens. Low-key, that actually already sounds cooler. This little wub wub has way too much fucking reverb, so we'll make that unique. Cut the reverb out, and also on the end over here. You know what? Where the fuck is that reverb coming from? You hear all that shit? Maybe it's coming from the serum reverb. We don't really want that, so let's do this. Let's put the wub wubs on this one, okay? Which is for our bass, which hopefully it still sounds decent. And we're gonna grab our fucking this automation here, and we're gonna mute this volume from the synth, because I don't want to take off that reverb. I'll take it off right now just to see how it sounds, but the reason why I don't want to fully take it off, it's because I think it sounds pretty good as is. Whoopsie. So this first little, I was editing the video and I heard that earlier I put some diode on it, I think it was, and it sounded pretty cool, so I'm gonna put it back on. Fuck it. Let's turn that on. How come this one has reverb? Just to clean it up, we're gonna grab this fucking joint and create an automation clip for that one as well, for the volume. So grab this, create automation clip, and just cut it off right there. Sounds pretty good. Now let's make this one go up in an octave. Wow, that sounds really cool. So if you learned anything from this video, make sure you give it a big like. It just takes 2 seconds. Go down there right now, click that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out my vlogs, guys. I may have met Virtual Riot. Real quick. We went from 6,000 to 7,000 subs in less than a month, so thank you so much for that. Now, the goal is gonna be to go to 10,000. I'm gonna have a huge surprise for you guys once we get to 10K. So hit that fucking subscribe button, share my fucking shit, and like the fucking video. See you guys on the next.